5:30 starts now.
We have always suspected that foul play was involved, and the discovery of these remains simply strengthens that belief in our mind.
Strong opinions tonight from the brother of John Grasgow, the Arkansas businessman missing for 7 years. His remains found at Petit Jean Mountain, the same place where extensive searches were held. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Kelly.
I'm Donna Terrell. There's been speculation for years as to what happened to John Grasgow, but tonight the family has some answers, but still many questions. Fox 16's Ken Buffa was at a news conference held by the family where the brother, Roger Grasgow, spoke. What did he have to say, Ken?
Well, Donna, Kevin, it was a very emotional press conference as Roger took to the podium with John's wife and John's nephews nearby. Now, Roger says he received a call on Wednesday around 6 p.m. from park officials saying they found a skull. Now, using dental records and DNA evidence produced by the family, they were able to identify that skull, that it was John Grasgow's. Now, they say that the skull was found above ground, making them believe that the body was not buried. Also, that skull was found at the bottom of a bluff, but because there was no trauma on the skull, they do not believe that John may have fell. Now, as you can imagine, this family has been dealing with this tragedy for nearly a decade, and they say the news that they received in the last 24 hours has been tough to handle.
Time has worn off some of the raw edges, but this event has kind of reopened the wounds.
Now, Roger says park officials told him they will return to that area where they found that skull using metal detectors to see if they can find zippers or perhaps rings that John was wearing when he disappeared. They also say they will bring in dogs. But that's the latest from this press conference. The family says they will not be speaking to press very often, that they need time to grieve. We're reporting live at the Bank of America building in downtown Little Rock. Ken Buffa, Fox 16 News. Back to you, Kevin, Donna.
Let me ask you this, Ken. Right off the top, Roger Grasgow says he believes that foul play was involved. Why does he say he believes that?
Well, he didn't mention why he believes that, but he did reiterate that several times during the press conference. But at the same time, he was talking about the evidence about there was no trauma found on the skull, that the body of the remains that were found above ground were not buried. So it's difficult to believe anything right now because the investigation is so new. He says he's going to leave the investigation in police hands, but he does feel there's foul play, but there's just no evidence to back that up just yet.
Okay, obviously the story's still unfolding. All right.